Manny Pacquiao grew up in a level of poverty that most people in the Western world can barely comprehend. He had to quit school because his father couldn't afford to feed him. He survived by hustling on the streets, selling stolen cigarettes to eat. One day, Manny used a bit of his precious food to befriend a stray puppy. A few weeks later, another heated argument erupted between Manny and his dad, something that had become painfully routine. Tension flared easily in a house where even plain rice was a luxury item. That morning, Manny stormed out to scavenge for something to eat, but when he returned, the scent of meat filled the home, yet the dog was nowhere to be seen. His father had slaughtered, cooked, and eaten Manny's puppy. Instead of turning to violence, at just 14 years old, Manny left home for good. He ended up homeless, sleeping in doorways and cardboard boxes throughout the streets of General Santos City. By 16, with scars on his soul and a growling stomach, Manny lied about his age to enter the professional boxing world. So, in his early days, Pacquiao was as skinny as they come, just 114 pounds. And you could see the hunger burning in his eyes. That early version of Manny had the foundation of a future champion. His footwork was fast and smooth. He stayed composed under fire and had a chin that could take punishment. But what stood out were the two traits that stayed with him for his entire career: shocking knockout power in his left hand. The little money he earned helped feed his siblings and himself. Eventually, he partnered with trainer Freddie Roach, who fine-tuned his boxing style. Finally able to afford full meals, Manny filled out to 122 pounds. By 24, he had conquered the Asian boxing circuit, and was ready to take on America. With just 2 weeks' notice, he stepped in to fight super bantamweight titleholder Lelo Ledwaba. It was Manny's coming-out party. In round 1, he hunted him down. Round 2, Manny dropped him. By round 3, he smashed Ledwaba's nose. In round 6, another laser-straight left to the already fractured jaw ended it. He went to his corner after that last round. The message was loud and clear. A fierce hunger-born force had emerged from the east. As time passed, Manny adapted and sharpened his game. From 2008 to 2011, he was virtually untouchable. Pacquiao delivered 3 of his most dominant performances back-to-back. The first came when he jumped to his 7th weight class, 147 pounds. Miguel Cotto, a skilled and powerful welterweight, stood in his way. Cotto applied pressure and worked the body, like he always did. But soon, Manny slipped his jab and answered with vicious straight lefts. His movement was electric, and his punches flowed effortlessly from clever angles. The first knockdown was pure brilliance. He used a deceptive 1-2 combo that made Cotto duck to his right. In the next round, he caught Cotto charging in with a left hook. It was the beginning of the end. Referee Kenny Bayless had seen enough. He saved Cotto from further damage. Next up was Joshua Clottey, a defensive specialist from Ghana. Clottey was known for his tight high guard and precise jab. No one looked good against Clottey. Except Pacquiao. From the very first bell, Clottey turtled behind his shell, and Manny picked it apart. He never stopped throwing, constantly looking for openings. For 12 rounds, Pacquiao painted Clottey like an empty canvas. Another solid big man, outclassed by greatness. But Manny's greatest showing? That came in the storybook clash of David versus Goliath. Plaster wrap or not, Antonio Margarito was still a mountain compared to Manny. He was 5 inches taller, had 5 inches more reach, and outweighed Pacquiao by nearly 20 pounds. None of it mattered, because Manny Pacquiao had one goal: break whoever stood across from him. In what can only be described as a transcendent performance, Manny showed the world what championship spirit means. It was a masterclass from Pacquiao. Margarito never used his height or reach to his advantage. And Manny shattered Margarito's eye socket in the process. That's the face of a beaten man, and there are still 8 rounds left. That eye injury would resurface in Margarito's future fights, effectively ending his elite run. Pacquiao never looked better. The bigger man turned into target practice. And Manny thrives in chaos. He lives for the test. He landed 475 punches in just 36 minutes. He's standing, but he can't fight back. And Manny let up in the last 2 rounds, out of mercy. Then came 2012, and it looked like the end of the line. A controversial loss to Tim Bradley and a brutal knockout at the hands of Juan Manuel Marquez had fans questioning if Manny still had it. At 34, he was at a crossroads. He needed a fight to prove he belonged with the best. Brandon Rios was tailor-made for the comeback. Pacquiao made him look amateurish. The speed difference was glaring. Rios couldn't touch him. And the gap in experience was even wider. While Rios kept swinging and missing, Manny stayed accurate. He didn't miss. This was a reminder, Manny Pacquiao wasn't just a legend, he was once the king of boxing. Pac-Man. The long-anticipated clash with Floyd Mayweather ended in disappointment. Manny fought with a torn shoulder. 3 weeks before the fight, I had an MRI. It showed a tear in my right shoulder. But eventually, he got some payback against the Mayweather camp. The shoulder roll was still vulnerable to that lightning-fast left. Even at 40, the veteran Pacquiao still had lightning in his hands. Adrian Broner couldn't keep up. In round 9, Manny slipped a shot and countered with a wicked left hook. He cruised to a dominant win on all scorecards, and Broner delivered one of the most delusional post-fight rants in boxing history. I beat him. Y'all know I won that fight. Everybody saw it. I landed the clean shots. I controlled the ring. I beat him. By 46, Senator Manny Pacquiao had done more to reduce crime in the Philippines than any policy, simply by stepping into the ring. When Pacquiao fights, the whole nation comes to a standstill. Because no matter how far he's come, he's never turned his back on where he started. And the Filipino people? They never turned their backs on him either. Despite his unsuccessful performance in his last fight against Yadenis Ugas, Manny is returning to make history once again. Pac-Man could become world champion in his fight against WBC title holder Mario Barrios on July 19. "46 is just a number. And Pacquiao is ready to prove it." Thanks for watching. Don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe. There are many interesting things ahead.